This is Kevin Blackistone with fanhouse.com, national columnist with Ellie Stockbaugh, Brett Polikoff, and we're here to tell you what the Magic need to do to win the NBA Finals. And I know one thing that they need to do. They need to exploit what may be the biggest mismatch in this series, and that is Rashard Lewis against whoever the Lakers try to guard him with. How quickly will the Lakers turn to Lamar Odom to come off the bench and try and guard him? Because certainly you can't guard him with Paul Gasol or Andrew Bynum playing out on the wing.
Well, no, definitely. I mean, Rashard Lewis is a huge problem, mismatch-wise. So is Hedo Turkoglu, to be honest. I mean, they're going to have Trevor Ariza out there on Turkoglu, but Turkoglu's proven that he can score. Doesn't matter who's guarding him. So, yeah, I think we'll see a lot of Lamar Odom in this series. It's going to be very important for Odom to contribute on the offensive side of the ball as well. But his length definitely is something the Lakers can use to bother Lewis.
So that means a lot of gummy bears so he can get that glucose and turn that into energy.
Absolutely, but there are a lot of mismatches when I look at Orlando, starting with the point guard. If Fisher starts, because Phil Jackson loves Fisher under any circumstance, he puts him in, whether he goes 1 for 50 or 2 for 12, he just loves the guy. So the point guards will breeze by him, number one. Number two, Dwight Howard, Superman. Pau Gasol's a great player. He's an all-star. But Dwight is just so much more greater. He's Superman. You can't stop him. So that's a mismatch that the Lakers have to throw in DJ Benga, maybe throw in Josh Powell, and, of course, the shooting guard. So it's going to be a series, and for Orlando to win, they have to win one of the two in L.A. That's going to put them in a position to just run with it. And
Orlando, to their credit, won the 2 games against the Lakers this year. I mean, how were they able to pull that off?
Well, one of the ways they were able to do that is because Jameer Nelson went for 28 points in one of the games and 27 in the second game. They're not going to have that luxury this series, so somebody else is going to have to step up. I think the Magic, what they're going to try to do is do what they did against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's let Kobe Bryant do whatever he wants to do as long as they can limit all the other role players. The problem for them is going to be the Lakers have a lot better supporting cast than the Cavaliers did.
Well, do you think Orlando learned a little something about defense in getting to this NBA Finals, because they played some stellar defense along the way?
Absolutely. All season long, they've been playing great, but they've been under the radar. A lot like Denver, where people say, yeah, they're a good team, but nobody ever thought they'll be in the finals. Everybody, starting in the first day of the season, will talk about Lakers, Cleveland finals. And the fact is, they're a great team. They're underrated, and that's like by far. And I think they can make it. I mean, they have the defense. They're very intense. The players that they have, they're not superstars. Nobody, but they're very hard workers. Where in Orlando, you don't get the same media coverage like in LA. I don't know how many people who are basketball fans can name for you all the 12 guys who are on the roster of Orlando.
Okay, go ahead and do it. That's okay. We'll come back to you in a minute. Now, what about Michael Petrus? He's maybe been the best 6-man in the playoffs. How are the Lakers going to stop him? If he's shooting the ball like he was in the last series, which was lights out, didn't matter if a hand was in his face, how do you combat that?
Yeah, the Lakers are definitely going to need to step up their defense and make sure they have a hand in all those shooters that the Magic have. That's how they're going to beat you, is by hitting, most of their shots come from outside or from beyond the three-point land. So, and Petrus is also going to be the one tasked, even though he's coming off the bench, with trying to stop Kobe Bryant. He's going to get a lot of minutes doing that. So he did a pretty good job against LeBron James. Despite the numbers, the field goal percentage wasn't exactly there. So if he can do a similar thing with Kobe Bryant, then the Magic are going to have a shot.
Let me tell you, people here don't know, but Petrus in France, his nickname is the Michael Jordan of France. He's an amazing player. No, that's what they call him. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is with him, he's the biggest Kobe Bryant fan, the biggest. And he was actually wearing Kobe shoes all season. And today he said, I'm not going to be wearing Kobe shoes in the finals. I'm going to wear Michael Jordan shoes. But he missed a big part of the season, the beginning, with the fractured wrist. And that's why he went under the radar. Another player that you didn't notice that he was there. He came from Golden State. But he's going to be a big factor because when Jameer Nelson went out, his minutes all of a sudden blossomed. So the Lakers will have problems with him.
And if Jameer Nelson is as good as he was when he played the Lakers during the regular season, you add Rafer into that, Skip to My Lou, Mr. And One Mixtape, who's been playing lights out in the playoffs, that's a good one too.
And speaking of Raver, how many and one mixtapes have ever been a player from there has ever been in an NBA final? I think it's incredible.
Exactly.
I think it shows like how much a street baller can make.
Well, if Orlando's going to win, they're going to need more play like that from Rafer Alston. I'm Kevin Blackistone for fanhouse.com.